That's how you pronounce it?
Dorohedoro, yeah.
Okay.
Why? How are you pronouncing it?
Dorohedoro?
Well, Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. That's the problem.
We pronounce.
I don't speak Japanese.
H.
I speak American.
H-E. Okay. He. From what I understand, it's he. Or
I only read my Japanese in American.
Listen.
I thought it was English, not American.
If it don't rhyme with America, I don't even
What
care.
are you, a communist?
True. The only colors I understand and respect are red, white, and blue, okay?
America. The only Yu-Gi-Oh character I know is Bandit Keith.
The only
And not the
concepts I
British
know.
version.
The only concepts I know are freedom, 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 and freedom.
Guns.
Unless it's like
that's a part of the freedom. We have the freedom to have the guns.
Okay. Yeah, understandable.
Listen.
Unless it's like a plethora of like freedoms that other countries have.
Don't worry about those freedoms. Those aren't the important freedoms.
Yeah, you know, like on the watchdogs that actually like track international freedoms, America's actually kind of low on the developed nations list.
Listen, don't worry about that. Don't. We're talking about real freedoms here, okay?
Like the freedom to get prosecuted for having an abortion that saves your life.
Based freedom.
I'm sorry, what?
No, just like how like some red states are banning fucking ectopic pregnancy abortions.
Alrighty.
So they're just sacrificing the mother because my religion.
True.
It would just like revoke religion.
What did religion ever do to you, Shadow? Name 3 religions right now.
Christianity, Buddhism, and Muslim.
Yeah, there's like 50,000 denominations of Christianity alone. So
God fucking. I am
Name all of them right now.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Of course it's not, 'cause you're a coward. Because you're a coward. I understand.
No, there's only like a couple of them in world
can't.
history class.
Because you can't do it.
World history, like world religion class.
You can't name a single freedom, okay?
Oh, the freedoms? Oh, okay, no problem.
Yes. Name every freedom right now.
Okay. Actually, I don't know.
Wait. Are we streaming yet?
Yes, we're live.
Okay, Shadow. Name a woman.
I'm sorry, what?
Name a woman. Just now. Don't think now. Name a woman.
This is a hard one. Medi.
Who?
It's probably a Mega Man character. Is this a Mega Man character?
Okay.
Yes.
Derek,
were you asking him to name a real woman?
It doesn't matter at this point. It's too late. Name a woman, Derek.
I don't know, Taylor Swift?
Okay. I'm just curious.
Why? What was
thing
the
going
test
around
for?
where like people would ask dudes like name a woman and they would just go panic and go Hillary Clinton, and it was hilarious every time someone did it. It was like a meme.
Damn.
I was just curious if either of you would do it.
Why exactly Hillary Clinton?
Listen,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest.
It was that and Sydney Sweeney. If like, you know.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if Shadow knows who Hillary Clinton is. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Somebody election in 2016.
Sure, close
2016?
enough. Close enough. I think it was 2016.
Shadow was gonna tap on Dorohedoro. I was kind of surprised.
I watched this with Jeff.
Yeah, he watched the anime with me. There was
because I thought it was just graphically worse than fucking I Am a Hero.
Well, no, it wasn't the graphic. Yeah, it wasn't the graphic part that made him tap out of that. It was more of like some of the subject matter of it was a lot more adult, and like it's not really stuff that he felt like he could contribute to. And then, yeah, so it was like stuff like that. Like he didn't feel like he'd be able to contribute much, pretty much.
Wow.
I don't contribute much to begin with, so you know.
Hey, I'm sure when pigs fly and we vote in another Mega Man.
Listen,
It's definitely not going to be Mega Man X.
It was on.
It's definitely not going to be that.
NT Warrior was on the poll, so.
It almost won. It almost won last time too.
Is there really edgy adult Mega Man? Like how there's like adult Gundam shows.
All the Gundam fans that are adults are just crying right now. What do you mean?
I mean, like Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is clearly not a children's show, but is a children's show because Japan's based like that.
Listen, don't worry about that.
Yes, Mega Man Zero is a little more serious. I don't know.
Like I watched Iron-Blooded Orphans as my first Gundam. It was like, this is a bunch of orphans who are forced as soldier slaves, and like tons of people die. I'm like, the fuck? This is way cooler than those stupid little toys.
All the Gundam fans watching this VOD.
Yeah, that was a targeted statement. That was a targeted statement.
They're just in shambles right now. They're like, bro hasn't even watched Turn A Gundam. They haven't watched fucking whatever the fuck. Gundam names are weird for me whenever I try to think of them. The only one I remember is Turn A Gundam. I remember Turn A Gundam.
The only one I know is Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Guys, why can't we just have numbers? It makes things a little easier.
It's no.
Iron-Blooded Orphans
can't
was
do
sick.
it.
Did you watch that one, Chad?
No, not yet. Eventually.
Oh, it's so good.
So far, I've only seen like 3 Gundams. I saw the original Gundam. I saw the newest Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, and then I saw Gundam Hathaway.
I heard that was good.
And I watched the Gundam Hathaway movie that was on Netflix. I've seen those 3.
Witch from Mercury is the one everyone was like, "Oh my god, you gotta watch Witch of Mercury. It's like next level or some shit, isn't it?"
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was like
I thought it was overhyped.
Did you watch it?
Well, I didn't see it, but I say like I heard.
So I meant to say you felt like it would be. Yeah, okay, I understand. It's like you didn't watch it, but
I didn't mean to say it is overhyped. I meant to say it sounded overhyped.
You're gonna piss off all the Gundam fans that I know watch this channel, which is not many of them. Don't worry.
Exactly, I told you.
I think
I know it.
I should just be grateful that I can't be fucked to actually look into Mega Man because they'd probably tear that a new one too. Oh, that's more.
Listen, I played Mega Man X before that stream, okay, so I could properly shit on it, okay? That game, bullshit, alright? Fuck that
I don't think there's a bunch of, like, $500 toys for Mega Man, so I guess it doesn't deserve as much higher.
Listen, Shadow didn't even think Mega Man had figures. He didn't think that was possible. He didn't think they existed.
Fucking everything has figures.
True.
Fucking hentai has figures.
Based?
You didn't need to say that, but yet you have.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm being honest, but I just assume that someone has done it at this point. I don't actually know an example. I just figured that someone has to have capitalized on that shit by now.
Of course, I made the fuck.
When are we getting the Dorohedoro figures? Where's the Kaiman figure? When's that coming in the mail? Where's the Nikaido figure?
No, you just made me notice that Kaiman is 2 letters off from Kaiba Man.
Okay, I don't even know where to start with that sentence.
I fucking hate this.
It's also no letters off of Kaiman, which is a type of alligator.
Okay. Well, good to know.
You know, I completely missed that. I didn't even bother to check if Kaiman was an alligator, but now that makes sense. So.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
That's why I knew that word from Kaiman is an alligator.
I was thinking to myself, like, he's got amnesia. I wonder how did they just give him that name? They called him that because he looks like an alligator.
It's literally like calling him alligator or Camry instead of Toyota. You know?
I understand now.
Yeah.
Finally, we reverted to Mega Man X naming convention, where you name them based on what they look like.
Based. Okay, so supposedly nobody has told me that they're not going to show up this week. So as far as I'm aware, people should show up this week.
All gangs gonna be here,
right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Sorrento, I think.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, did you want to talk about the mom defrauding shit you were mentioning, or what happened?
Oh, she was at work. And I guess Bank of America called, but it wasn't. It was spoofed. And they were like, "Oh, are these your charges?" Like they're pretending to be from the fire department.
Fire department. Dang.
And fraud. Sorry, fraud department.
Oh, fraud. Okay.
and they were like, "Oh, you need to refund your money, so you have to type in these codes into Zelle." So the codes were amounts of money.
Yeah.
And then she was like, the whole time she was like, "This doesn't make sense," and like, "This sounds like a scam." And the guy was like, "No, I didn't ask you for any personal information, so it's not a scam." And she just panicked and went through with it, and sent them like $3,000.
Jesus. Did you guys get it back?
And it says no.
Damn.
So she might have lucked out because Elizabeth Warren, thank you, Elizabeth Warren, pressured Zelle with other lawmakers, and now that they're refunding very specific scams, such as pretending to be your bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to the fraud department and like made them aware of the policy. I tried to get it through as a Regulation E, but technically she didn't know she was sending money, but because she hit send, it's still authorized by her, so it can't be considered an unauthorized transaction.
Yeah.
But I tried to get it through as an unauthorized, but they wouldn't let me. So now I hope that they follow Zelle's policy and just refund her money, because Zelle's a statement about like, now partners are going to have to refund specific scams. They literally said, or someone put an imposter pretending to be your bank.
Amogus.
Was literally what they said, so she should get it back. If not, I had to file police report so she can at least go to like the FTC and be like, if she doesn't get the money back, be like, hey, they have a specific policy for this exact situation.
Yeah.
And usually FTC gets banks to move just by filing a complaint. So
we
have options, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine from my usual game night group who I went there last week, or was it the week before? At some point I went there and he had told the people there that somebody had hacked his like bank account and tried to buy stuff from a Best Buy as like thousands of dollars of stuff. He got it eventually reversed that night. I think they sent him a notice saying that the bank was going to reverse the charges, but man, there's like scams going around right now.
That's way easier to do because it's completely unauthorized, and that's a different law. It's regulation
as opposed
E.
to like you sent somebody money because they tricked you.
Yeah,
into
as soon as it's
money.
your fault, it's different. And like for Zelle, it's kind of like handing over cash. So like in November they changed their policy, so hopefully she'll be covered. But
I had a thing happen months ago. My mom calls me because she'll call me for like advice about certain things or whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, so I had something happen with my bank. I called them about it. They called me about it or something like that." She was like, "Yeah, so I was talking with I forget if she was talking about PayPal or Chime or something like that, but she was like, I was on the phone with them and." This guy was helping me through my account stuff to fix it because somebody was doing some charge things. So then they had me install this I forget what it was some kind of like remote program, not TeamViewer, but like one of those other ones or whatever. And
as soon as
what? I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Some kind of program where when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's one of those fucking remote programs. Why would? And as soon as I hear it, I'm like, Mom, why do you think a bank teller would have you install something on your phone right there in the call to reverse a fraud thing? And I'm like, first things first, uninstall that. I'm like, did you tell them your password? She's like, no. But I installed that thing and then I signed into some of my accounts. I'm like, okay, change all your passwords.
Okay, so they have your passwords.
Change all your passwords right now. And the good news is when they went into her accounts, she just doesn't have anything because she doesn't have money. So I'm assuming what happened because they just hung up and like, yeah, maybe we'll call you back later. And then they just didn't. I'm assuming they saw her account, saw she didn't have anything. And it was just like, you know what? That's not worth it. She doesn't have anything. So I think we lucked out with that because nothing else came out of that. But as soon as I heard that on the phone with her, I'm like, okay, you got to change your shit, change your passwords, change all this, do two-factor thing if you can, because it's like, man, I mean, fucking these scams, too many scams. We need them to stop. My grandparents.
This was like. My mom was like, I knew better. I don't know what I knew better. I was like, yeah, because it was
that's all. Especially when it's like slightly older people to like elderly people, where it's like they're not as tech savvy or like as aware of like how these scams kind of work like we are. Where like they're just like, well, it sounded like they were from my bank. It seemed like they didn't ask me for my email specifically, so yeah, I had. like my grandparents, they haven't fallen for any of that, but like they definitely get attempts because they're older, so like whatever kind of database those kind of scammers use, they're in it sometimes, because that's like their primary target.
So am I, and it's really fucking annoying because I'm not their primary target. I'm never gonna fall for that shit. But I got one like 10 minutes before I called.
Yeah.
Like I don't know which one it was, but it was the classic. Like there was 5 seconds of complete silence before they unmute because they realized someone actually answered the phone. And scammers pull that one.
Yeah.
Because they just expect everyone to hang up on them. They're like, hello. And I just go click. As soon as I hear the first few seconds of silence, I'm like, this person just didn't expect me to answer. It's a scammer.
Yeah. I had I get the thing usually that I get with my phone is I'll get text messages that they all do the same thing. They all try to act like they text the wrong number. Be like, hey, Andrea, are you available this Monday for this hair appointment or whatever? And like, if you try to respond to it saying, hey, I think you have the wrong number, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, haha. Our talking is fate, though, don't you think? Maybe, it'd be nice to get to know you more.
Oh, God.
Or whatever. Or like they try to pretend like, it's me, don't you remember? And they like send a photo of them, quote unquote. It's either AI or it's like not them. And it's like, they've done this to me so many times. I'm like, I know the script that your bot is running on, because I'm assuming this isn't a real person doing this. So I'm just like, I know whoever programmed you is dog shit at it. So usually now I just fuck with the bots. I say, yeah, that's me. And like they don't know how to compute with that. I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm here for your appointment. What are you doing? Where are you? I'm waiting for you. And like they just don't know how to respond. So they just pretend like the script's still going on. Like, oh no, yeah, sorry, I think I have the wrong number. LOL. Isn't our meeting fate? And I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? This is not the wrong number. I'm the person or whatever. And eventually I think they tell me to fuck off, and I think like a real person takes over towards the end, tells me to fuck off because I'm clearly taking up the bot's like thing or whatever. I don't know.
Shooting power.
Yeah, I get the text spam too, but it's like spam emails. It'll be like, go to this link for dick pills. It'll like literally be like the shitty emails you get, but through text message. I'm like, are you even trying? Or it'll be like, your Wells Fargo account has had the password changed. Go here to log in, and some random link, and I don't have a Wells Fargo. It's like, cool.
Let me see. I'm scrolling through mine to see if I had any funny
spam
ones.
calls are just like, I pick it up, it like waits for like 10 seconds, it just hangs up immediately.
Let's see here. Because I know we get funny ones, but sometimes I go in and delete them all because what the fuck is the point in having these texts here still?
Oh, who we got?
Hello.
What's up?
Ducks. We got ducks in the studio now. Amazing. Oh, here's one that I got. It's them saying, "Hey, there's a birthday party tomorrow. I'd like to invite you." I just send ? And they go, "What happened?"
Wait,
what?
Can y'all hear me? I saw their light lighting up.
Listen, they don't talk at first. They just spam the soundboard. Okay, that's how they enter. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay. Never mind.
That's the green light is
I had the soundboard muted, so I thought they muted and didn't realize it.
That explains everything. Yeah, no, they come in and they spam the duck sound.
You hear a lot of Fulamoko if you have the sound.
Yeah, the day that change went live, I found the turn mute option, and I haven't turned it on since.
Listen, Miko was like that first too. Miko was like, "This is a horrible change," and then now every time she enters, every
chaos.
And
At least I am not one of those degenerates who has the option turned on to like automatically play a soundboard whenever you
do
join
that?
a voice chat. Yes.
Is that why people join in on the other voice chat sometimes? You just hear a fart sound and then they leave? Like, or is that? Oh my god.
Yes. We had one guy one time join and it was some soundboard and they're like, "Oh, I forgot that automatically plays."
Rip.
Like, yeah, that's the stupidest setting ever.
Have you ever seen the Discord phishing meme someone did on the server? That's fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry.
The phishing one?
I'll
link it. I'll link it. Here, this one's still my favorite Discord meme.
What the fuck is this?
Just trust.
Trust.
Oh, the cash fish is coming.
Hold on, let me see if I can show it on my stream. Give me a second.
It's such a good joke.
Okay, let's see if I can get the meme review on the stream here.
Turn down your volume. By the way,
at the end, you need to add up for the beginning though.
Wait, what? I need to what?
Turn
your volume up. It'll be fine.
Oh,
no, don't.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Okay,
It'll be fine.
How do I show my desktop without ruining everything here? Let's try it. My
you
desktop
ruined
is
everything.
not showing with that. Okay.
You have no choice but
Desktop
to ruin your thing.
only?
Jeb.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's see here. I don't hear anything. Oh, it muted itself as soon as I hit play. Hold on.
That's a warning for you to turn down the volume.
It's such a good meme.
Oh, there goes the catfish. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, it's on the hook.
Got me a big
All right,
It's such a good meme.
That was good.
Whoever thought of that was a genius.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay, so all these are live. We're waiting for Ann. Anything from Turndo yet? Well, Turndo read it. It sounded like they just read it, so I'm assuming they're still coming.
I don't remember. So, quick question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was Volume 2 at the beginning of the anime? Because I swear there's like shit's out of order or something.
I think. So it's been a while since I watched the anime because I think the anime was like 4 years ago. Some of these chapters I think were like extra stuff that was not in the first season. I think because I think the first season focused more on like the core story and like to cut out a lot of these side stories. But it's been 4 years since I watched it, so I don't remember.
Like his head getting removed and shit at the very big. Like I was like, I don't remember this fucking happening. I know it's been a while, but
I don't remember that either. But it's also been a while, so maybe it did happen, and I just don't remember it. I don't know.
Well,
or not that soon, if anything.
Oh, then again, it's an anime, so I feel like things take a little longer.
Maybe that just actually does nothing later on in the story in the manga, so they just didn't put it in the anime. I don't know. It seems like something that was important. So I don't know.
I distinctly remember that too. Though when they went to the turkey guy place. Bad.
The turkey guy place. Okay.
Because it was the thumbnail for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Wait, what? The turkey guy was the Crunchyroll Anime Awards? Or are you talking about my?
No,
okay,
like,
so
they're in the house. They're in the house. And it was the bit where.
Okay, so apparently the whole Nikaido's mask scene isn't in the anime.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm seeing from a Reddit comment. So that whole part, if you remember that wasn't there.
I mean, that
where it's
again
revealed
seemed
originally
like
wasn't an anime.
Yeah, I mean, because that was the whole like boxing chapter, right? I don't think the boxing was in there.
Yeah, I don't remember the boxing bit either.
Because that felt like a filler chapter where it was just.
Yeah, nothing really happened there. It just
and it was fun, so.
Yeah, I mind it.
Okay, we got 2 minutes before we're supposed to start. Anne said they might be slightly late for their stream snack, making mac and cheese.
Also, the art was insane.
Oh yeah.
I know we end up saying this like every week, but damn.
Yeah, it's so unique. Just so there's so many like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna.
Oh no! Spoilers! Spoilers!
Oh, actually, I just remember. Cause I remember you sent the GIF like back when we first watched. I feel like it's appropriate to put here in the chat.
Oh, there you
Man,
go.
the anime looks worse than I remember.
It's rotoscope or CGI or CGI memes. I don't know if it's necessarily rotoscope, but it's CGI. So.
Got that 3D.
I don't think it was bad. I think it was fine with the CGI, but.
Look, I've seen worse. I'll just go say
I think we've come a long way in 4 years.
Okay. Listen, I think this is the same studio that eventually did Trigun Stampede. So yes, they have gone a long way. Trigun Stampede looked fucking.
Oh shit!
Great,
Really?
So I think so.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Because I'm assuming this is Studio Orange. And if it is, then yes, that would be it. No, this is Mappa. Never mind. I'm getting confused. Mappa
Well,
did this.
still.
That was the problem.
They still have come a long way, CGI wise.
And then they spent the last, 10 years working on Attack on Titan CGI, okay?
So is that over
Finally
yet?
over. Yes, it's
Yes.
over.
Attack on
Okay, so
Titan
I
is
didn't watch
finally
the
over.
ending because I just gave up on them telling me that it was over. And
Fair,
waiting for
fair,
someone to tell me it was
absolute-
over.
The
Well, no.
correct opinion.
Well, now it's actually over, so yes, you can in fact go watch
Was the
it
ending
next time.
satisfying? Without spoilers? Was it good? Were you happy with it?
It concluded. Was I satisfied?
It
Probably not.
concluded.
It concluded.
I
That's
don't,
all
I don't
I
think
need
so.
to know.
I don't think I was
It
satisfied. with
concluded.
It was
That's
definitely.
what matters.
Listen, manga fans said that there were some slight changes that made it better. I was still like, this is still kind of dog shit, but that was like. Attack on
everyone's here.
Titan, so what do I know?
Technically, I made it on time, and I got hot chocolate.
Wow. Oh my god. Is that true? Is that true, chat? Is this true?
I
Oh my
do.
God.
It is true. I have hot chocolate and mac and cheese and grapes because I'm trying to be healthy, and
What
being
is
healthy
this
involves eating fruit.
combination? Hold
Um,
up.
No.
that's the one.
This combination, yeah.
Actually, speaking of mac and cheese, I have a funny story today.
Is your
so
stomach made of like steel? Like what?
Oh no, I'm going
Well,
to
that's me.
regret this in about 4 hours.
4? More like 2. Shadow, what's your story?
What's your story,
alright,
Shadow?
so I was at the grocery shop today, getting stuff ready for dinner. So I got the mac and cheese. I look to
Uh-huh.
my right, and want to guess what flavor I find in mac and cheese? Just take a guess.
Miku.
Oh.
Miku flavor mac and cheese.
Oh,
Did
They
you find
ground
mozzarella?
up Miku.
oh,
Did you find the
No,
mozzarella
no,
stick,
that's
Shadow?
secret. Oh, no, I
Come.
didn't.
Mega Man
Whoa.
whiskey.
Hold up.
Whiskey?
What was it, Shadow?
Poutine.
Poutine
Oh yeah,
mac
because you
and
also
cheese?
haven't had poutine, have you?
I've heard it's sweet, and I hate sweet things, so I said no.
It's not
Based.
sweet. Oh my gosh.
Like, so all my friends
I
have liked me,
literally
including
had
my mom.
poutine
Probably.
There's
earlier
no
this
sweetness.
week.
There's no sweetness in Shadow's entire life, okay?
Wait, hold on.
Literally had
Hold-
poutine earlier this
Yeah,
week,
bro literally
okay?
gets no bitches.
Damn, Jesus.
Like,
No, no, no.
Wow.
Okay, I think you understand. I don't get bitches because I try. It's because I don't care. I
Oh.
hate
no,
human
it's because
interaction.
you're Canadian and you live in a country that
Damn.
doesn't exist.
Damn true. No, listen, the more important matter is the mozzarella stick situation. You gotta get that corrected, okay? You gotta just have one. Just
There
one.
was no.
Listen, there is
Uh,
a mozzarella stick somewhere in Canada. There is exactly one mozzarella stick somewhere in Canada. We'll find
You've
out.
never had a mozzarella stick?
See?
Dude, during one of my streams, I found out that they don't have Sonic in the UK, and I think that's just a
Or
disgrace.
Canada.
I've
You
had
don't have
Sonic.
in Canada?
I've
Oh,
had
it's a
Sonic.
US place. I did a project on this.
Damn.
I had
Bring-
Sonic
Yes.
twice, and both times I threw up. I think.
Man, that sucks. I love Sonic.
Like one
The food
time I
and the
went,
character.
I got like the loaded tots, and there was oil in the thing they give you like halfway up, just a pool of oil. So I had some of the tots, and then threw up out of my car window.
Yeah, that's Sonic.
Speak for
The other
yourself.
time
I'm
I was extremely intoxicated, not driving, but I don't remember that well.
Mhm.
Could be a toss up.
That's funny.
All right.
Sonic is not like an intoxicated meal.
I wouldn't know. I don't do those. I'm
Okay.
pure.
Cap is straight edge,
True.
the straightest of edges.
That's me. All right, are we ready to
I'm gonna
go?
go to the forest and get high in April. Yeah.
Okay. All right, is everybody ready? Everybody read the chapters, right? Okay.
Yep.
No.
Turndo, are you here?
I,
Can we do an audio mic check on Turndo? Turndo, are you live?
Nod your head if you're have a gun in your head.
Blink twice if you're in trouble, Turndo. You can't hear anything. Oh no, he's got AirPods in.
You can't hear us.
Oh my god, the AirPods, man. My favorite's still the Resident Evil one with.
Okay, Justin, I have to ask this because every time I'm on
Yeah.
Discord it says this. What is antimatter dimension? So why does it say you've been playing it for like 8 years? What is this?
It's a shitty idle game that Aztec got me into, but I
okay.
leave up. I
What are
have
your Steam
no
hours?
real goals,
Imagine playing gacha games.
ambitions in life.
Gacha games are different
Imagine
than
playing
idle
Mega Man.
games. These are very different.
Yeah, at
Close
least I'm not
enough.
playing gacha games.
No,
That's a good point.
idle is not
It's like one step below.
idle is like IDLE, not IDOL. Like very different concepts here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Idle meaning you
The
don't have
cookie
to
clicker.
you don't have to
Okay,
actively
okay,
play
I
it. You just leave it running. Not like idle as in
Okay,
like
it's-
you're raising like idle girls to like perform and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Very
I
like-
just okay.
Like
I
cookie
understand.
clicker idle, not incel idle, okay?
True.
Wait, chat, didn't you play one of those for a stream, like the millionaire one or something?
Millionaire one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Idle
Hmm.
Manager? Or? I played Idle
Is
Manager.
that what it was? I remember you playing that one.
I've played Idle Manager. I've played Idle Manager is the one where you're actually raising idols. For idle games like Justin's talking about, I played Cookie Clicker. I played Adventure Capitalist. I think
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one I was remembering.
Played Sakura Clicker. Okay, I played that on stream. Listen, clickers are fine. Okay, they're fun. Anyways,
Sakura clicker, huh?
yes.
Is Rabbit Attack?
Have you ever played
game?
Paperclips?
You ever play the Honey Pop games
No.
on stream?
No, I am not. Turando, are you there? Are you alive? I think Turando's fighting for his life right now.
That's not good.
Oh,
Okay.
Turando?
Hello, Turando.
Is a paisano okay? Can I call you a paisano?
Blink twice if I can
Has
call
our,
you
has our
Paisano.
relationship reached that point yet, or no?
I think you're paisanos.
Damn.
You even know what that means?
Nope.
You know what that means?
Mean one of two things: either peasant or friend.
or both, maybe.
It all depends on the speaker and his intentions.
Do you intend to call us poor?
I had a really funny, an interesting conversation with one of my coworkers today. This is related to what we read, where I was talking about how I hadn't done the reading yet, and I was pulling it up to read, and I was like, it's only 11 chapters, which like is less than what I'm accustomed to, because the last time that I read a long form manga like this, it was Summertime Rendering. And Summertime Rendering, each of our reads were like 20 chapters long. And one of my coworkers was like, well, 11 chapters for 2 volumes is pretty average. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Because Summertime Rendering was the only other long form manga that I've read, which I guess is like the exception to the rule, apparently, which I didn't know.
Chainsaw Man's like what, like 9 per volume?
The thing is, if you're reading a volume, you know it's supposed to be like around 200 to 300 pages in general, because it's a volume. The number of chapters is just kind of how it's split, but like that's just going to be determined by like how many pages are in each chapter, right? If there are longer chapters, like in this case, then there's going to be less chapters in a volume. Sometime Rendering, I think it was just shorter chapters in general. But sometimes that has to do with the magazine it's published in. Other times that has to do with like, you know, the content of it. But most of the time when you're getting the actual volume, the volume is going to be 200 to 300 pages. So usually it depends.
That's just interesting, because the only other, and it was not associated with book club, only other long form that I've been reading is Black Butler. And I think it averages out at 5 chapters per volume.
Right.
And the thing that always throws me off is at the end of an arc, they won't end the volumes evenly. They'll always throw in the first chapter of the next arc at the end of the novel, which is really annoying. Which is why if we read Black
Chainsaw Man.
If we read Black Butler, I would have to specify what chapter we ended on, not what volume, because otherwise we would get the first chapter of the next arc just to finish off that volume, and it would be weird.
Now you're just making me not want to read Black Butler, because I don't want to have to deal with a watch guide or a read guide for it.
Don't read Black Butler.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Butler is probably an easy pass.
All right, Turando, how you doing right now? Yeah.
Wow.
True. I
Migo,
agree.
Aizano,
Wow, I can't believe it. All that, huh?
Turndo,
And you
is-
save the cats from the fire?
Turndo, can you let me know in the book club chat or something like
you got how many
how the-
bitches on you?
let me know how things are looking, and if you want us to just start while you're still working on this, or what you want us to do. I can wait until you get it sorted out, but I don't know what's going on, so you just let us know one of the chats what's going on. Spirits within this voice chat, please answer us.
About the Ouija board, chap.
Oh wait, it's moving. The piece is moving. We got a D. We got an E. We got another E. We got a Z. God fucking damn it!
Don't dead open inside? What?
We got a U, we got a T, and that's
Dead open inside.
Somebody
That's a great one.
somebody understood that.
I love you for that one, Chip.
My hot chocolate has formed a skin. This is so sad.
Damn. Where's our hot
Your
chocolate?
why is it what?
Do you want some? I can make you
Yes.
some.
Yeah, mail us some hot
I
chocolate.
have plenty of packets.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you have shipping to Canada?
No, you don't get some.
Sure, if
actually.
you pay the. Okay.
I'd
Sorry.
ask some
Yeah,
hot
don't
chocolate,
bother,
but
don't bother.
you probably live in one of them liberal places like Seattle.
Ew, Seattle.
don't know.
Gross.
Damn.
Of all the places.
Wow.
The liberals are at it again. That's all I can say about that.
Okay, to turn
The
down
only
messages
thing
in
liberal
chat.
about where I live is that no, I don't think so.
Hold on,
Is that I live on a
Just
college
you.
campus.
Liberal bump.
Okay, I will add him in that chat and see. Okay, so what other memes we got while we wait?
Bro, I'm allowed to eat macaroni and cheese and grapes. That's like the size that they serve you.
Okay, but what about
Red
the hot
Robin.
chocolate you started off saying you had?
I'd see an issue.
I would like to point out that grapes, macaroni and cheese, and hot chocolate are all things that you can order at the same time
Turn
at
down, I
like
think
a
your thing's
lot of
working now.
restaurants, like fucking Red Robin
And
and
mac
shit.
and cheese at restaurants?
Okay. Because
Yeah.
you can order it all at the same time does not
Doesn't mean
mean
you
that
should.
it goes together at the same time.
I heard Turndo for a second.
I did too. Turn
Yeah,
down?
it should be fine.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
never
good.
saw
He's
it.
good.
Yeah,
now,
you
he's good
know.
now.
Okay, good. All right, so what else are we doing here? Are we roasting Ann still?
I gotta get.
No, we're done. No.
I gotta get one thing off my chest.
Okay, what's
Okay,
your
good.
one thing?
Okay, I'm not gonna say any spoilers for this,
All
but
right.
what the fuck was JJK season 2?
Listen,
People
listen,
who've seen it know what I'm talking about. And what
Listen.
the fuck?
listen. Okay,
Alright, there was
I
an
was not
incident.
prepared for that.
Shibuya
There
had
was
an
an
incident.
incident, don't worry about
Shibuya had an incident.
Yeah,
That's all you gotta-
incident's a fucking name for it. Usually when anime say incident, it means nothing happened.
Listen,
Just an
okay.
incident, you know?
There's incidents. They happen. Okay, you can talk about
Anyway.
it with your therapist. Okay, because it is.
If you haven't, if anyone who's seen, like was like me who saw season 1 and just didn't get around to seeing season 2 yet, holy shit, just go watch season 2.
Yeah, leave this stream right now and go
Yeah,
watch
fuck
season
this
two.
stream.
Whoa, no,
and Chad.
whoa, hold on now, hold on now. Don't listen to them.
While
They
you're
don't know
at
what
it,
they're talking about.
play
Okay,
X8.
they are
You know?
They are the minions of Sukuna. They are demons. Okay, they're curses. I'm not having this. Okay, we need to be on the stream. Okay, FBI is opening up right now.
God, play X8. It's
I have
right
the
there, I
stream muted,
swear.
so I can't even hear it.
Thank you for that. I am now gonna mute the sound alerts. Okay. Listen.
Which one of
We're-
you fucking ruined it for us?
Justin
did.
did.
Sorry.
Okay? He did the FBI. Maybe one day I'll actually sit down and like adjust the other shit you can do with the channel points. I just haven't actually done it. So, anyways,
I want to be able to put confetti on the screen at random points in the stream.
no.
Yeah, we need a it's fucking mer people like thing.
Oh my God. All right, listen.
Because
Okay.
all I'm saying is I'm looking for mer people. I haven't seen any yet. but
I know you are.
we have the
Yeah,
kind of
mer people,
universe
Manga.
for it.
All right, listen.
Justin,
I've had
you want
it.
more people? Like Mega Man X.
All right.
Justin,
Oh,
I would
God.
agree with you, except for the fact that the water is probably so polluted that mer people would not be able to live.
Says
Fair.
you. They evolved. They adapted.
Okay, we're not talking about mer people. We're not talking about Mega Man. And we're certainly not talking about grapes and mac and cheese. All right, we're talking about. We're talking about Dorohedoro. Okay, I'm turning off the pre-show thing. Okay, all right, ready. Okay. Welcome everybody. Okay, welcome everybody to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club. Wow, we're back with a long-term series. We're gonna be reading all of Dorohedoro. Okay, this is gonna be how many volumes long? 23 volumes, something like that. So probably gonna be a while.
For a while.
It's gonna be a while. We're gonna be talking about the first 2 volumes this week, and we got a full cast here this time. So let's go through everybody who's here, starting in order as usual. Arimia, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Arimia.
Okay.
I like shonen shit.
Do you?
You should read D. Greyman. It's a new chapter in 2 weeks.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is there a gun to my head?
There's a gun to your head.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. It's America,
Alright.
baby.
So and I'm Chaplin, apparently the newest D. Greyman reader. Otherwise, I will die. Please send help. I'm blinking.
Yes.
I'm blinking right now. I am also the host of whatever channel, what in whatever means or ways or Apple Watches you're viewing the stream from. Okay, I run this shit. All right, on the YouTube.
On the Apple
If
Watch.
you're watching this on an Apple Watch, get the fuck out of here.
No,
what
you need
Jane
to
would do.
no. Leave it up in the Apple Watch. Bring it up on your computer too. Bring it up on your phone. Get your dog a phone. Have him watch it. Okay, watch it on all platforms.
You're right.
Bought my views. Okay, it's fine. All right, put up all the tabs. Okay, just like on Kick. We do have Kick, by the way. We have YouTube. We have Twitch. We got Kick. All right, we on all that stuff, and you can hit the like button, subscribe, all that kind of music on them. Okay, and here you can hear my correct opinions every single week. The only correct takes. All you need to hear are from me. No, nobody else. Everybody else's takes, they're like into consideration, but mine is the real one. Okay, we all know this. So that's me. And then we have Justin.
Hi, my name's Justin. I'm here again. Fun news for those interested. Since we talked about an Apple Watch and running dumb shit on dumb shit.
Yeah.
A PhD student kind of sort of got doomed to run on a bacterial cell, or a culture of bacterial cells, so that's cool.
I don't know what that means or if I should be scared.
They like got them to like fluoresce in a certain way to basically be the screen for Doom. I think it's 1 frame every 8 hours, but it's still kind of sick.
That's peak gaming.
Alright,
what do you mean?
Bad apple on a cell culture one.
What does the speedrun look like, Justin?
What's up?
The speedrun on the Apple Watch.
Yeah, what's the current record? I mean, we gotta know. All right, so that's Justin.
I'm too poor for Apple.
Damn, true. Listen, it costs you.
Wait, where's the new category?
It costs you like several mortgage payments for just the stand for one of their monitors. All right, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Didn't they sell like a $10,000 fucking wristband or some shit at some point?
I believe it. Okay, I believe it. I don't even have to look it up. I believe it. You can tell me misinformation about Apple. I'll believe it. Don't worry. I trust you. Okay. All right, and then we have
Tim Cook literally eats children.
And then we have Nyan Bacon. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nyan Bacon. I may be referred to as Nyan, Ann, or Andy. I'm all those things. I also will respond to the word and because I will mishear you. I am a YouTuber. I'm an artist. I just responded to something in the YouTube chat. You can check out all my art on @NyanBacon_official on Instagram. I'm also doing a New Year's resolution this year where I try to draw at least one thing every day for 2024. So if you want to check that out, you can view my Twitter. I believe it's @the_NyanBacon. And every Friday night, I do video game streams on my own Twitch channel, the Nyan Bacon. Come join us tomorrow for, fingers crossed, hopefully, if everything goes well, some modded Minecraft with my friend.
All right, so go check out those memes if you are interested in that. And then we have Shadowman V4.
I have Shadowman V4. I have a Twitch channel. Speaking of streams, on Monday, I'm going to be doing Mega Man X.
Oh,
but
boy.
Nyan picks the stage order.
Oh, boy.
Yes, let's go!
Okay, so make sure you look up the most difficult route possible for playing that game so you can really fuck with him. Do that.
You know what? You're so right. I'll do that right now.
Base.
No, but this is the PSP version on hard mode. Because that's different than the Super Nintendo version.
If you say so, I believe you. Listen, you can tell me misinformation.
I'll take your
I
word.
don't.
You can tell me
Prove it.
misinformation about it. I'll believe you. I'm not gonna double
Prove
check it
it.
for you. So
What you want? I can actually prove it, like legit.
Yeah, prove it.
you could lie to me too. I'm not gonna check it. So
Okay, so
Now, do you remember, like, real talk for a second? Do you remember when, like, different
Sorry,
consoles?
Turando, you're not allowed to introduce
Oh,
yourself.
my bad. Turn
yeah,
you can
fucking
go first.
asshole. Turando is the final one. What do you got for us, Turando? Introduce yourself.
Okay, if my mic's working, I'm
Yes.
Turando, and I like to read.
That's all you need, and you got a working mic. That's all you need to be here. Based. All right, Justin.
Real-
What was your meme? What was your
Real
meme?
quick, do you remember when, like, different consoles would have, like, completely different versions of the same game with the same name and everything?
Yes.
Where, like I know Splinter Cell, like, Xbox versus PlayStation were, like, different games, like, literally different games with the same exact fucking case. And, like, I
just
think
like
one of the
Indiana Jones.
Spider-Man ones was like that too. Where it's like they would make completely different games depending on the fucking platform instead of porting them over.
Based. I believe it. You can tell me misinformation about it. I'm not gonna check it. Anyways, we have any other? I think that was everything. Okay, that's everybody, and that's
I set the
everything.
proof.
Okay, so now we're here to discuss Dorohedoro, the first 2 volumes. Now, where do we
Okay.
get started with this? Justin, you want to kick this
Ooh,
off? What do you want to do?
ooh, I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Same.
I mean,
can we
I get
talk
like
about the first panel. Let's do this in
so-
chronological order.
okay. The whole is like their world, and then there's some like magical world where they tap into other worlds. It seems like.
And they also wear elf shoes, which is mentioned like once and never again, but only in the
Yeah.
magic world.
Yeah, the sorcerers have a certain fit. They all wear masks. It's like a social thing. It's not
They
like
got the Fed.
they got
I think
masks.
they also wear gloves.
Yep. They wear gloves. So they
Is there a
have they
picture
have
of Drip Goku hair?
they have certain elements to their drip. Okay, from what I understand, the mask stuff is not required. It's just something that they put on, usually to like I'm assuming hide their identities. Maybe it doesn't seem like it does more for them. It just
it seems like it's
their
a-
trademarks.
It seems like I think it's part of their society. It's like a status
Yeah.
symbol.
Right.
It
Yeah.
seems like a spiritual.
It's like
ritual
they're
of
all
some
like
kind.
begging
was-
to like get a mask from that guy
Yeah.
later. who
Yeah, that
makes,
was
like,
in
really
the-
good mask.
Who I think
the,
is
the
Satan.
bonus chapter. Yeah, it seemed
I
like
thought it was
both-
Dream. Okay,
both of
I
them-
I couldn't tell if that was
true.
literally fucking Satan or.
Well, they
Yeah, was
said
that or Dream?
I think they said Beelzebub or something, which I think is Satan.
Okay.
Right? That's just another name for him. But-
Because I assumed that the pig in the first bonus chapter was the same as the pig in the second bonus chapter. And in
Yeah.
the second bonus chapter, I think they refer to him as like Satan because he's singing Satan's song or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think both chapters.
I
are
don't say it
basically
as
talking about
that
Satan.
album. Why didn't tell me?
But yeah. So we have sorcerers, and then we have non-sorcerers, and the non-sorcerers living in the hole.
Just as
Yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
The hole is literally like the shithole in compared to like the sorcerers. I guess they're just like the hole is where we go to fucking experiment on non-sorcerers because what the fuck are they gonna do about it? Fuck those guys, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like horrific. They're like, if you live in the hole, you're like, all right, it's time to make the rounds to see how many dead bodies we got this week, how many deformed bodies, and that's essentially how our story starts off with somebody Kaiman, who has been turned into this lizard thing, has no memory of his past before that, was just found by Nikaido, who like runs this like diner.
Teacher, I
in
have a
the
question.
hole. Yes.
Are they referred to as sorcerers in the official translation?
I believe so. I don't think they were referred to
That's
as anything else.
so dumb. In the
Why?
fan translation, they're referred to as magic users, and I think that sounds cooler.
Really? Okay.
Like,
you're
like
on.
stand users, okay? They are.
Oh, we have a disagreement. Do
Bro.
we got a disagreement?
Sorry, if I hear sorcerer, I think like that Mickey cartoon. What was it, fucking Fantasia or whatever? With like the big, yeah, with the big blue hat. Okay, that's a sorcerer. A magic user is what these guys are. Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
Again, sorcerers makes me think of Jujutsu Kaisen. So you know.
Magic user makes me think of like magical girl anime.
True.
Isn't it like magic is learned and then like sorcerers like by bloodline or something? So they're like slightly different.
Oh shit! Hold on, you're actually right. Hold on.
Definitely in this show, in this Dorohedoro, it's not like a learn, or it doesn't seem like a learn thing. It definitely seems like a innate abilities thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta. I think it seems innate.
So like Mickey would be a wizard and not a sorcerer, right?
Oh.
Also, why'd she have to bite her finger off to do a spell?
Different sorcerers seem to have different ways of doing their things. For her, because like the sorcerers seem like they use their magic abilities through smoke that comes out of their body in some ways. Usually, it seems like they do it from shooting it out. Maybe for her, because she hasn't used it in a while. If you don't use it in a while, maybe it has something to do with like the access to it through the skin. It like your skin maybe builds up or something. I don't know. This is just like a quick fan theory. I kind of came up with that, where it's like maybe it's just because she hasn't used it in a while, so she needed to bite it to like open it up a channel so that it can come out again.
Riffing off of that, if you look at like the higher ups in the society versus like the lower people, that one girl, I think Noe, and N, the like leader guy, they both use magic in different ways, whereas everybody else uses magic through the fingers. So it almost makes me wonder if it depends on your skill level, which might mean that what's her name? Nikaido?
Yeah.
Nikaido might be fucking, plot armor main character moment. She might be a pretty high powerful mage that would have to use like blood or something instead of just her finger. Similar to like how the other higher power mages are doing it.
Maybe that might be the case. It's something to where like I feel like with the magic system in this, it feels. I want to say sort of like Hunter x Hunter, but I don't remember the specifics with that. Where like everybody kind of has their own unique ways with their magic stuff, and there's not like a solid rule with a lot of this. So it could be something to like that, where like different people have different ways of channeling it, and different people have different talents based on it.
Try to think of this smoke like a Nen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, because Nen is very versatile, where it's like they can form different like ways to use the ability based on like their own unique characteristics and personalities and stuff. So like Nen is very versatile, and I kind of get that kind of feeling where like Nen it has like a couple rules with it, but they're not like super strict. Like you can do stuff with it. There's just like limits to it. Whereas like with this, it's like you have a certain innate amount of magic, and then like probably different ways that you can utilize it. Like N, the boss guy, he can turn things into mushrooms, like entire people he can turn into mushrooms, and then he'll eat those mushrooms, which is what they're having for dinner. What is his name? The idiot guy, not the two boss guy. Matsumura? Who was that?
Fushiki?
Was it Fujita or something like that? The nose guy.
Fujita.
The guy with Fujita.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The guy with like the nose mask or whatever.
The Pinocchio guy.
Yeah, he has like very little to like useless magic or whatever. Where he's like this manga starts with Kaiman fighting Kaiman and Nikado fighting that guy Fujita and like his partner there at the time, who I think were either trying to rob them or do something, or like I don't remember. I think the anime more showed what they were doing at the beginning, but like they were trying to do something. Kaiman is already eating his partner. The partner gets killed. He gets out of there. I think he was doing something with his partner's dead body to like revive him. He's like, put this here, he'll be back in a while or something like that. It sounded like he was going to be revived, but it was going to take a while. So he was like, all right, moving on. And then he was like going to look into the situation with Kaiman. Now, the sorcerers travel between the hole and like where the sorcerers live through doors, like portals that they can just summon with their magics, and they just come up as literal like doors, like Monsters Inc. fucking doors.
It's like,
just pop
yeah,
up
or like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
with like the different worlds.
So they like narrowly get out of Kaiman eating them, or because Kaiman does not like sorcerers because he believes, as far as he knows, that some sorcerer put him in the situation that he's in. And so he's trying to find out who did it by putting their face in his mouth, where once they're in the mouth, like a person inside of him it says whether like
Person
says
within
something
person.
about him. It seems like usually it's like whether or not this is the person who did this to him or not. So it seems like he's like the person inside of me is judging it, and Kaiman's like, I don't know if the person inside of me is me or not. I think it's pretty much implied later on with like the stuff with the other group investigating him that is pretty much him. So, so something is going on with Kaiman's situation. Doesn't know why he's a lizard person. Doesn't have any memories. He's called Kaiman, as Justin pointed out, because Kaiman means alligator, or Kaiman is an alligator.
It's a typo,
so
yeah, alligator-like reptile.
Yeah. So they just called him Kaiman because of that. I think the assumption is that he didn't have a name before because he had amnesia. So Kaido or somebody else just called him that. So we have him and Nikaido. Nikaido runs a diner. Very like dirty, like the whole area is very dirty, destructive, chaotic place. The diner itself in the anime opening, if you watch the anime opening, I still think of that opening for Dorohedoro as like
I can hear it right now.
I heard it the entire fucking time I was reading.
Exactly.
Here they're all in the
like,
chopper.
the
Hearing
opening
the voice actor for Kaiman.
Yeah, Kaiman's voice actor in the anime is the same voice actor as Okuyatsu from JoJo, and we hear that
And
voice
also
actor
the
in
old
like
guy
a bunch
from,
of stuff. Godzilla's
I would-
Singular Point.
Godzilla, yeah.
That's horrible. Actually, genuinely, I hate that.
Why? Do you not like Okuyatsu?
No, I hate Okuyasu.
Why?
Okuyasu.
Listen,
He's so annoying.
we don't need to have JoJo debates right now.
Your
okay?
Okuyatsu is my whoever the fuck plays Dio when I'm randomly watching
What's
something.
wrong
Like,
with
is that fucking
Dio?
Dio? I don't have anything wrong. It's just I'll be
Oh,
watching.
okay.
it. I'm like,
It's him.
is that
He just
fucking
shows up.
Dio?
He's
See, we had
everywhere.
that happen when we were watching Skate the Infinity. Dio's voice actor showed up as the main bad
And to be
guy.
fair, to be
He like
fair,
literally plays
carried the
Dio,
show.
pretty much.
Carried the
Yeah.
show.
I mean, like random shows where he's just a side character. Like, is that fucking Dio?
Yeah.
I did this the other
Crazy.
night with my
Dude,
girlfriend.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was in
so-
JJK as well.
Yeah, true.
He's an
Yes.
initial D. I didn't even realize that.
Initial D. Okay, so yeah, Dorohedoro. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the opening for the anime. The visuals for it are like a perfect summary of like how fucking chaotic and all over the place this kind of story is going to be. Not just in terms of the story, but in terms of the art too, in a good way. Where it's like the opening is this almost psychedelic cooking show thing with Nikaido being
Definitely.
psychotic and cockroaches running around the shop, and you know, so it's Kaiman's walking in, but Kaiman has like a gyoza for a head, and there's like multiple of him, fucked up
It's
shit
an
like
acid
that.
trip.
Okay, and that's pretty much what the experience is reading the manga too. You're just already jumped into like, okay, this guy's shoving a dude in his head. There's a dude
It's the
inside
first
of him
panel, by the
judging
way.
him.
I'd love to mention that.
Dude,
That's your first foray.
and I think you sent me an image of it. Let me pull it up on the stream.
Yeah,
'cause you
that
sent
was the
me a-
first frame. It's like this is your first impression right here. It's you know you're in for something good.
I don't know.
That's
I
the
don't know
first
how
panel.
YouTube's gonna feel about this image, but I don't care. But you got this. Okay, this is your like first frame of the manga here. All right, he's just being shoved
Hell yeah.
right into Kaiman's mouth, and then inside of his mouth is a person, and he just looks
It's
at
a
him. He
little
says,
guy.
he just looks at him. He
He's a
says, "It's not you." And,
I am.
and then Kaiman's like, "Okay, what the person inside me says," and the person's just like, "What? What?" He said, "It's not me." Like thinking that, oh, that means I'm gonna be saved, right? Because I'm not who he's looking for. He's like, "Nope, that means you gotta fucking die." And then he goes to kill him. So kind of based.
Kind of based.
So they're trying to figure out what's the deal with Kaiman, but pretty much aside from that, that's like the overarching story where he's trying to figure out what's going on with his situation, how to become human again. If he was human again, he's not even sure. Nikaido's his like only friend in the whole, it seems, other than the doctor who he eventually starts working for. And then meanwhile, after that Fujita guy goes back, he tells En, the mushroom boss guy, about Kaiman and how magic doesn't affect Kaiman. This is an important part I don't think I mentioned before. So he's like a natural like enemy to the sorcerers because they can't really do much to him with magic. So the overarching plot is just Kaiman's trying to figure out what's going on with his situation, trying to find the sorcerer who did this to him, and either kill them or get him to reverse it, whatever they can do. And the other guys are trying to be like, okay, this guy's bad news. We got to do something about him. We're going to investigate him. We're going to find him. So they closed the portal access for a lot of the sorcerers, so most of them can't travel back and forth between there anymore because of the events. And so like that's like the overarching thing. A lot of the manga, at least in these first 2 volumes, is not focused on that. It will like mention it in some of the chapters, but most of it is like side stories to build up the setting of the whole and what life is like in the whole. So you got things like Kaiman starting to work for the doctor that works there and having to treat the other victims of the sorcerers that are doing fucked up things to them. And there was the one chapter where Nikaido goes into a boxing match to try to make money for the diner so it doesn't have to close, and then the guy apparently is just cheating with magic the whole time, and so then Kaiman comes in and just beats the shit out of him because I think at first he was struggling, and then Nikaido did something to the sorcerer who did it, and then the magic just went away, so Kaiman could just beat the shit out of him. But things like that, where like a lot of this is more focused on like the setting of the whole. But I do really like the adventure of like the bad guys who are trying to find him. Their shit is fucking hilarious. They got like they find a person who knows reptile magic because they're assuming this is probably the person that did this to Kaiman. Kaiman gets them in their mouth. They're saved by Fujita, but in a way that their face is torn off as Kaiman.
I think they also suffer some brain damage too.
Yeah, they suffered brain damage from the trauma of it. Have no face. Is now like alive, sort of, but like very like loopy and like can't talk. So Fujita's job then is just playing babysitter for this crazy girl sorcerer who's running around in a skull head for a mask.
Her name is Ebisu, and she is my favorite character.
She's amazing. Okay.
That's great.
I loved when they're having the dinner and you just see like they're trying to have a conversation. Meanwhile, every panel is just showing her running around the table or doing weird stuff while Fujita has to chase her, be like, "No, don't do that." And yeah, and she's like picking out weird clothes and weird like outfits where like her tits hanging out. It's like, why did you pick that? What are you doing? It's like
this piece of clothing is like a fucking puzzle. You gotta assemble it.
And then like they come down to the hole during the Day of the Dead. Ebisu gets bit by a zombie, and they're like, "Oh, she's gone zombie now. All right, we're gonna have to deal with that." So now she's like trying to bite Fujita. And it's like, listen, it's good. It's nice. Okay, I like it. It's funny. It's fun. You ever heard of Fun, guys? Do you enjoy Fun?
No.
I don't remember Fun.
Oh, true. Okay.
Is that a battle pass? Is that what Fun is?
True. We're playing Fortnite. Let's go.
Good Lord, no.
Let's go, Peter Griffin. Okay. So, what else we got? Okay. What were other people's thoughts? What thoughts we got going here? Okay. Who wants to get started with some of these things? Who's got something?
Me.
Okay. What do you got?
The art style is very interesting. It's very gritty. But one thing that's really interesting to me is the way that she's shaded everything, where it's like a kind of crosshatch style. It's very sketchy. The entire manga is very sketchy. And it really just emphasizes just how gritty this world is and grimy, and it's very, very cool looking to see it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy. I think the art style at first was hard for me to get used to, just in terms of like, especially the first fights where I'm just like, I don't even understand the anatomy of these things yet. But then I got more used to it, and I was like, oh, I dig this like rough, sketchy art style. I think it's pretty fucking cool for what we got going on here, because it sets the tone in general for like the chaotic nature of what's going on. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is awesome.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, the action scenes are kind of hard to follow. But the visuals when she's just doing something that's like the first panel of Kaiman with the head in his mouth is very striking.
Yep.
It's very good in those parts.
Also, like with not being able to tell what's going on, that scene where Noi heals Ebisu, where it's like numbered 1 to 30 or whatever the panels, I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on from panel to panel. I saw a face and that was about it.
I just understood there's a process going on. I didn't try to. I tried.
But
I couldn't. And I was like, I can't.
I couldn't suss out any of that process. Just there was suddenly a repaired face there. That's all I could make out.
Oh,
Only flex tape.
I
There was
thought that was really interesting because it gave a bunch of close-ups on like how her skin bubbled when it was healing and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
This is cool. I'm like, there's a process going on here. This is definitely like an art
But I
project.
couldn't actually make
itself,
out
but
what's going on at all.
I part of it for me was also the fact that I can't read it on mobile. I was trying to read it officially, so I was reading it through the VIZ Manga, the VIZ Manga browser. You can't read it through the app on the phone because it's explicit. It's marked as explicit content for the graphic nature and like some of the nudity, I think. So you can't view it on the phone. So you had to do it from the browser, and it was hard for me to like close up on some of the panels when I'm reading it on browser. I don't like reading.
Also, I don't get it
too much. But
why can't they just let you still see explicit on mobile?
it has something to do with like if it's Google Play Store and Apple, they don't want to deal
I
with
understand,
processors getting mad. It's a whole thing with the processors for like Google Play.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
didn't think of that. I know what you mean.
Yeah, because if you subscribe to VIZ Manga, you have to subscribe to it through like Google Play or the Apple Store or something. They don't let you do it through browser anymore. Probably because they got
the
pissed at them for
processors
allowing it.
I forgot the processors hold you back a lot more than like
Yeah.
websites do typically.
The other thing I will say about the official release, because that's how I read it, the bonus chapters were not included, so I had to go to my local video store to read the bonus chapters. I'm assuming probably because, well, I don't think this was simulpubbed because I don't think VIZ Manga existed when Dorohedoro started, because I think it was from like 2000, like early 2000s. I don't even remember when it like officially started, the manga, because the manga's been running for a while. Yeah, it's 2000, the end of 2000 specifically. So it basically started in 2001 and then ended in like 2018. So I don't think this was like simulpub release from VIZ Manga, but eventually they released them, and I don't think they translated the bonus chapters when they did on that. But I know that they sell the manga volume version. I'm sure if I bought a physical copy of it, they'd probably be in there, but they just weren't
Yeah,
there
I
for
can
the
tell you
online
the physical copies have the bonus chapters because my local library scans of it that I got through the library card online
oh yeah, of course,
had the bonus chapters in it. It was the Viz scans
I see
from the library.
Yeah, of course, from your library. You checked it out, like they told us to in the Crunchyroll tweets, right? You know, so yeah. So that was just interesting to find out, like if you are reading it officially digitally, like unless you bought the volume, like those bonus chapters are only included with the actual physical volumes. And like I guess it makes sense as like an incentive to buy the volumes. I just forget that sometimes. But getting away from that, because I want to get back into like the meat of Dorohedoro itself. Who else? So we heard from Aremia. Who else has opinions? Turando, do you have any initial impressions or thoughts about Dorohedoro you want to share with us?
There was definitely a lot of like detail like in the art. I mean, the art style is definitely lend itself to like a lot of like pretty. It has like an overall dark tone to it in terms of just lighting as a whole. So it's like always like these very enclosed spaces that you see in a lot of delinquent and fighting novels. So it makes the action a lot more packed, but also much more fuzzy. But I also thought like the chapter titles were very interesting. That like they always like named it by like curses or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. A lot of that stuff was very dark, very interesting with how it's doing it in a way where it's like the manga's dark, but it's not like too dark for it to like not also be a fun time, you know? Because we've read like the recent, aside from New Game, okay, a lot of the stuff we've been reading is pretty fucking dark in some way. But this is like dark in a chaotic fun way. Almost where it's like trying to be more lighthearted about the chaotic stuff. Like there's fucked up things going on, but it's presented as more as like a funny time with it. Like Ibisu going through like getting their face ripped off and then like having this weird brain damage stuff going on, becoming a zombie. Like it's more presented as like cute and quirky other than a horrific thing. Whereas like if you look at somebody who just got their face torn off, it's going to be pretty fucking terrifying. Like, so, and like them too, like it just stylizes them with like a skull mask thing, which by the way, I forgot to mention as well, the author, their current series is Die Dark, which also features like these like skeleton mask designs and stuff. Very much seems reminiscent of characters you might see in Dorohedoro. So that's something I've been told about and interested in checking out, but I just haven't yet. Die Dark, so that's something to check out at some point. Okay, what else we got here? Shadow, what were your general thoughts about Dorohedoro?
Enjoyed it, although I will admit I might be looking into like with rose tinted glasses because it's like one of the first things I watched with you.
Oh yeah, that's true. This is like early on. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Aww.
yeah, I enjoyed reading it.
After all these
That's great.
years, and you still say you've only seen like 3 anime.
Exactly. And apparently Dorohedoro was one of them.
Yeah.
He doesn't include it in the count though. He says like Yu-Gi-Oh, JoJo, Mega Man. Those are like the three.
No. I say Shrek, Quarry House, and then and then a third one, then a fourth one.
Oh, I see. But none of them were Dorohedoro. So I'm just saying.
I think a couple times said Dorohedoro.
Surprisingly, Dorohedoro, like I think a couple days before we voted for it, it got season 2 announced. So it's gonna have a season 2 of the anime. I think at some point this year. I forget when it said it's coming out. I don't. Maybe it didn't announce when it's coming out, but there's a sequel announced for Dorohedoro, so we're getting season 2. So we started reading it just in time for that announcement. I think they watch our streams. I think that's what it is. I think they heard we were going to read it and they decided to announce it. I think that's it.
I know Chap hates when I talk about visuals that he can't see, but I need you to understand that I just got a text from a wrong number that's asking, "What's up, King?" in Spanish.
So you gotta respond. So you gotta respond to it in Spanish, right? Just respond to it in Spanish. No sé.
Oh, sí, señor.
Yo soy leche.
Gotta own the bed.
Just send it something really dumb, some really dumb broken Spanish just to fuck with it. It's probably
I wouldn't have said anything, but it's the fact that it was "What's up, King?" that I was like, I can't.
What's up, bestie? What's up, King? We were just talking about, I don't even know if you're here for it, and during the pre-show we were talking about like scam text messages that pretend like they know you at first, and then they go, "Oh, sorry, I must have texted the wrong number, but it's a miracle that we connected, haha, maybe we should keep talking, haha." And it's like they do that every time, and I get those constantly. Yeah, it's exactly that kind of thing.
They say, "Ooh, I'm cutting it immediately. I am committing murder."
Anyways, and what do you got to say about Dorohedoro?
I talked about this a little in the Discord, but I love how the author presented Nikaido. I don't remember her fucking name. I think that it's really a lot of times when you get like strong female characters, even especially in like modern anime, a lot of times they're still pretty focused on the more feminine parts, especially if they do happen to have like wider hips or bigger breasts. And I think that the way that this person, the author and artist, have chosen to approach making like stronger female characters is really cool and really unique. A lot of times Nikaido is drawn in more baggy clothing that gives her a rectangular shape instead of an hourglass shape.
Yep.
And even if she is like wearing like kind of topless and showing off her cleavage, like it's not what's being focused on. What's being focused on is her, like her martial arts skills or her cooking skills or like what makes her a character outside of being a female. I think that we get some of it with Noe as well. You're very much focused on the fact that she is strong rather than a female.
She's very fucking tall. I like the fucking that. She's fucking massive.
I
like
just think
to
of
the point that you don't realize that she's a girl at first.
When I think of Noi, I think of Kingpin from like Spider-Man. I think of that. Or is he Spider-Man? I don't know. But you know what I mean, the big like giant figures.
She seems like a dumb idiot that's full of love.
True.
And I love her for that.
Killer.
And she's just hanging with
psychotic serial killer.
Listen, it's
so that's just
that
been,
part.
You could be a serial killer
one
if
of
you're
the
just.
Things that I've...
I feel like it's an accurate image.
Why did you stop?
That's just one of the things I've. That's just one of the things that I've really enjoyed because, like, a lot of times when you do get, like, I think the best example that I can think of is Black Widow. Even when you do get women that are martial artists, a lot of times they're strapped up with, like, skin tight latex in order to emphasize, like, the feminine parts of their body. So I really like how this author approached, like, strong female leads and stuff. And honestly, that was, like, the big takeaway that I got from this.
Right.
Like, it's
Yep.
usually either, like what you're saying, or they go in the full opposite, where in order to emphasize how different they are, they have to keep reiterating how not feminine they are. They have
And
to
it's annoying by like the 5th time.
Well, yeah, they have to be vocal about, like, I'm not like other girls. I like all of this grim and dark stuff rather than just showing it. But the other thing I linked in the chat is that this is written and illustrated by a woman, so.
Yeah, I figured. The other thing that I think kind of adds to it is the fact that she's both strong, independent martial artist and also cooks. Like, I know it's so
white. I got a new cook.
Oh, she cooking. She cooking, all right. Beating the
it's
shit
just
out
like
of all
like
these,
another situation where it's that stereotypically feminine thing to the point where, like, way of the house husband kind of, the whole gimmick of that is it's something of expectations. I don't remember what it's called.
Subversion
of expectations.
Yes, subversion of expectations. So I really like how they're kind of like playing with the dynamic of Nikaido's character.
Yeah, my head is just the opening where it's just her, like, just fastly chopping shit.
That was my head the entire time I was reading.
Smiling, yeah. It's like I said, it's the perfect opening to establish what you're in for with this. You know, it's just perfect. If you're watching this, if you're watching this and you want to know what it's like to read Dorohedoro before you start reading it, just go watch the opening. It will give you the exact feeling that you should have, and it will tell you.
Anything.
Yeah, without spoiling much, because like it makes it look like it's a crazy cooking show, but like the cooking is just like, all right, we killed those sorcerers. All right, where's my gyoza? Nikaido, come on, let's get some gyoza.
Finally.
Listen, we gotta kill enough zombies to get a like a gyoza thing. What were they? They were trying to get some kind of cooking
I thought that
appliance.
was so sweet.
Yeah.
Like the meat grinder, the meat
yeah,
mixer.
the meat grinder. Yeah. They're trying to like, because they make it a game, because one of the parts, and I like how most of the chapters of Dorohedoro are like building up the world of the whole and what goes on in it. And one of the things is the Night of the Living Dead. I think it's supposed to be basically a Halloween thing or whatever, but it's essentially one night in the year where all the weird sorcerer smoke or whatever, for some reason, manifests to bring back a lot of the dead that have died. And so the whole like neighborhood has to do their part to clean up all the zombies and kill them again so that they don't like cause problems. So they make like
they bury the victims.
They put like plates inside their necks and they set it up as like a thing where, well, we'll just make a fun little carnival thing out of it.
It's like it's like a carnival game.
Bullshit, you know?
Yeah. It's like, so like they're trying to collect the plates to like trade them in for prizes and stuff. So it's like, and that's like the religious people that are like setting that up. The like religious people that run the place, and like they're participating in it too and stuff. But
and there was also like there was like one panel of like a gift shop.
Listen,
I think it was just some random dude just had a gift shop open for the event specifically.
Listen, the hole is a wondrous tourist spot. Okay, it's a tourist trap. In some ways, okay.
Emphasis
in
on
some
trap.
Ways, okay. Listen, you might get caught by a sorcerer, turned into a freaking bug or some kind of thing. Because one of the chapters was a sorcerer shows up in front of the diner. Nikaido thinks it's just some kid who needs help. Turns out he's the dog shit sorcerer who's been going around with like doing like failed magic on people to transform them and hasn't been going well, and it just leaves people fucked up. And then he tries to do the same thing with her, and then Kaiman shows up and fucks him up. And it's, you know...
They had to be very clever to figure that out.
Yeah, I was like, immediately, like, do not let this guy in there. He's, like, I think wearing a mask. But I don't think it's just sorcerers that wear masks. Like, down there, they're wearing masks too. But, like, most of the time with the mask down there, like Kaiman's thing, they're mostly to hide the disfigurements that happened from being experimented on by the sorcerers. So it's like very different reasons for wearing masks. Also, I'm assuming the gas mask helps with the smoke stuff. So
I'm going to harken back to what I said earlier about like the power dynamics. Because they're in that one bonus chapter, there was such an emphasis on the ritual of actually being able to get a mask. It almost makes me wonder. And in that chapter or in that arc, it was talking about how he was doing all of his training. So the reason that he was leaving them like severely disfigured and like in pain was because he wasn't doing very well, was because he was practicing. So it almost makes me wonder if like even the Fujita guy, what he has isn't like a quote unquote real sorcerer's mask. What he has is just something that he has on in order to like emulate the act of having a mask, because he hasn't been able to go through like the process of actually officially getting a mask because he failed it in that one chapter that we saw.
Yeah, I think it probably is something like that, because it didn't like, I don't know, because like the point with that bonus chapter, it was a giant line for the left door for all the lower level fucking sorcerers to like beg for a mask. All of them have gifts to try to like bribe them to give them a mask. The right door, nobody's in line because there's like very few higher up sorcerers that can just go through this. And when you read the chapter, there's the experience at the top is the one on the right, and the experience at the bottom is the one on the left. And the one at the top, the right door, is like very easy, nice process. You get to pick your things.
It's like a banquet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like the lower panels, the ones on the left, are like, all right, you're getting this shit rained on you. All right, take this off. All right, put this box on your head.
It's a conveyor belt.
Yeah, and it made it look like almost that like, they're getting the shit that's pouring down from the top layer with like how the paneling works to make it seem like the people on top, the higher up sorcerers, get the good stuff and you get the fucking scraps and the conveyor belt and all that. It seemed like it was doing that dynamic with like that kind of stuff. And I thought it was really cool with that paneling and that kind of implementation. I thought that was really nice. And then in the end with Fujita, they were just like, listen, you can't fucking bribe your way to get in the mask, okay? You gotta have the magic for it, and we don't deal with this shit. I don't remember what happened with his face, but it looked like he was just like, you get fucked to go make your own shitty mask somewhere else or something, is what it looked like. But I didn't understand if they were what they were pouring on them. I didn't know if that was like supposed to be water or some kind of like weird acid shit. But they were trying to do something and then like determine whether or not they were going to get a mask.
It's exfoliating mud.
True. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I will just say, N, pretty cool in some ways, terrifying to me in terms of his mushroom ability and how easily he looked like he could turn somebody into all mushrooms and then he'll just eat
just
them.
Like Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's exactly like Mario. Don't worry. I did.
Like Chris Pratt, okay? I'm telling you, okay? Season 2, I'm telling you, they get Chris Pratt. It's perfect.
I liked him though as like a kind of like Joker figure almost, whereas like he's the boss and he knows like how to get the information. He's got like the information on all the registered sorcerers and he knows like the people to like get contacts or all that. But also he's like, listen, we're all having dinner for this meeting to discuss what to do about Kaiman. You all have to dress up for it, okay? You have to show up at this time. We're gonna have entertainment during the events. They're gonna transform into Kaiman for you too, so you can get a look at him too. They're trying to assassinate me in the middle of my dinner. Oh, that just means we get more dinner. So I'll just turn them into mushrooms and we'll eat them.
It just means we get more dinner.
We just get more. We get entertainment and
mushrooms.
You know, I mean, I really liked
Dinner and a show.
when Shin is the guy with the heart mask. Shin also, I think, means heart or something, or uses the same character as it, which is why he's called that. But he wears a mask that is a heart, and there's this one scene where Shin goes to talk with N, and N is like buying a broom. The broomstick is like a giant mass of like pipes and stuff, like very clearly supposed to be like a motorcycle of some kind, but it's supposed to be like a magic broom. And I'm like, bro, I want to see more about the broom culture we got with the sorcerers here, because this shit looks fucking insanely wild. This looks like a fucking motorcycle and this looks awesome. And they took 2 of them and just drove them away. And I'm like, this is fucking cool. I want more of that. I want to see more of that. I want to see cool fucking unique brooms.
I also noticed that Shin's got something going on with his heart. I mean, fucking obviously, like that's his motif. But I can't, but like I can't tell if he happens to have an immortal heart and then also a heart condition, because he seems to get like palpitations when he kills or something. At least that's what happened in like his introduction chapter or whatever, where he was like gripping his chest like, oh, my chest hurts, after he had like slaughtered those people or something.
There's also this frame.
This frame? What's the frame? Oh, that frame. I see. What was this frame in context to? I don't even remember. Was he just fighting people?
I think it was Ed saying, "Hey, so you gonna go kill this guy?" He's like, "I'm in."
Oh, when he's explaining who Kaiman is and that he's like not affected by magic. I see. So you just see the heart racing. I feel like that's more. One of the things that I was thinking, especially with this scene, is like he feels like most of the jobs he's put on are like nothing nobodies that he's beating the shit out of that aren't a match for him. And the Kaiman thing is like, oh, finally a real challenge. You mean he magic doesn't work on him? Holy shit, I'm in. This sounds fucking awesome. It's kind of like the vibe I got there.
He's like Zane Truesdale from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Noi is obviously just like, I'm in too. Whatever we want to do with Shin or whatever, I'm fucking in. I just want to beat the shit out of stuff and hang out with Shin. Is what the vibe I got with that one too. And then Fujita's Fujita the whole time is just like trying to get revenge for his friend Matsumori who died in the beginning. We never knew anything about. Fujita just wants revenge for that.
I'm kind of into the fact that they had like such a kind of almost a mundane reason to introduce these 2 bounty hunters, because the whole reason that this ends up happening is because he wants to get revenge on his friend. So then he's referred to Ebisu, and then Ebisu gets hurt. So then he gets referred to these like bounty hunters, and it's not just you're immediately thrown into the life of these bounty hunters. There's sort of a slow build up to it.
Right.
Almost because one of them can heal Ebisu.
Yeah, they needed Noi to heal Ibisu. And Ibisu, they're waiting to see when they fully heal so that they can try to get information about Kaiman's situation.
Every single time they almost heal, they lose their ability to talk.
It gets worse and worse. It was like at first like, oh, her face got ripped up. Okay, we did the face, but she's still gonna be a little brain damaged for a bit. And it's like, oh, she's turning zombie. So, oh well, rip. Now we just have to not have her bite us because we know it turns out she's turned zombie. They're like, they just show up and like they turn around and she's just standing there while a zombie's biting at the top of her skull. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're just chewing on her.
Yeah.
She's having a fucking time, man.
And I think I remembered it being just that chaotic and fun in the anime too, Ibisu's character. So it's good. It's a fun time. It's a fun time here in the hall.
I love her. Only good times are had here.
The doctor character, I thought the doctor character that Kaiman starts working part-time for, I thought he was going to be like, okay, he's got a job, I guess, down here, but we're not actually going to focus it. But then they started focusing more on like including the doctor in most of the scenes later on, because they're looking into Kaiman's situation from like a medical perspective. Like at some point his head gets cut off. He grows a new head entirely, but they're like, but we have this old head. I guess we can autopsy it and pickle it and put it in a jar.
Well, maybe you know, get some pull out of it. Who knows?
They tried to autopsy it and weird shit happened and the power turned off and then somebody took it and they don't fully understand who took it. They recorded. They had a camera the whole time and yet they still couldn't figure out who took it.
It was dark.
It was dark.
Because it was dark. So
it's not a night vision camera.
Yeah.
So something's going on, and then like as the investigators are looking into him, they meet the what was the guy's name? Turkey or something like that? The like sorcerer who can make dolls. He can make dolls through magic, and like it's basically a copy of the person, and it will just naturally over time try to like find the original, and they were using it to try to find Kaiman, but also using it to retrace his steps for like his life as well. They find an old apartment that when they think of Kaiman, it shows that it's the person that's inside of Kaiman. So most likely that is Kaiman, unless they were more just looking into the guy inside of him. I don't remember. But they're following around this copy of this guy who's inside of Kaiman, and they go to an apartment. And in the apartment, they eventually find a box. And as soon as they find the box, the copy starts trying to kill them. So they're like, okay, so this must be close to whatever answer we're looking for. They kill the copy, open the box, and it already has his actual decapitated head in it. So it's like, all right, so we got weird head situation going on where Kaiman's head can get cut off and then grow back. Now we got this head in a box. What is going on here? When Nikaido originally found Kaiman, he was just a headless body that she had tagged and went to look back for later, and then came back and the body was gone, and then eventually the body bag just walked up to them, being like, what's going on? And that's what Kaiman was. So something happened in between, and his head, he grew this Kaiman head back, and that kind of kickstarted whatever's going on with him.
That kind of makes one of the comments that Kaiman made when they were going to get the photos developed interesting. In the translation that I read, he made a comment about how, like, oh, like, can't cameras see ghost? And Nikaido was like, oh, well, it's not a ghost situation. But the fact that they found the physical head obviously very heavily implies that it's entirely possible that what is, like, inside of Kaiman is a ghost. So, I don't know. That's probably nothing, but, like, now that I'm thinking back about it, like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
It might be something like the ghost of the original body, and that the Kaiman we know what obviously was not the original person, and that the sorcerer just did something to put a lizard creature attached to this body, and that's what Kaiman is. But inside of Kaiman is also the soul of the dead person the body belonged to, maybe. And that's what that situation is. We don't exactly know. I think the main goal of this manga is to, over time, discover what the fuck's going on with that, and then we do something about that and see what he wants to do. In the meantime, he's just living his life there. He's just living life. You're in the hole.
Well, see, what really confused me, because like I've been racking my brain about this, right? It's like, oh, is it like the soul? Is the guy dead, or is he just Kaiman this guy? Like, there's still that whole thing of like his head got chopped off and someone came and grabbed it, so they knew the relevance of it. So it's like there's another. I don't understand. I don't know. It seems like there's a third party as well that's involved somehow.
Probably. And that's a mystery that we'll find out over time as we continue reading. We still have a lot more volumes to go through. There's like, what, 23 volumes, something like that? So.
And I would assume that the third party is probably the person that did whatever they did to Kaiman. Because I seriously don't think that it was Ebisu.
That's obviously.
I have a suspicion that I don't think Ebisu would have been able to pull that off.
It's actually the whole thing.
I assume that's a red herring.
Listen,
is it able to do that?
She actually was the one that did the whole time, but we're never going to know until the last volume because she just keeps getting brain damage. She keeps getting brain damage. As soon as she heals, she can tell them, this is me. I know how to reverse it. But listen, it's fine. In the meantime, we get crazy funny.
But it was I, Theo.
True.
God damn it.
Can't escape JoJo. So what else? What else we got here for these memes? What other chapters we want to talk about? What other scene? What other characters? Do we have any other characters? Was the turkey guy? The turkey guy's head was just literally a turkey, right? And
yes.
The dolls.
That was literally a fish.
The doll. There was like a whole recipe for how to make these dolls. Like there was a detailed recipe. And it wasn't like
try at home.
It wasn't like fucked up ingredients. It seemed like just regular ingredients. And it was like, yeah, you make a doll with this.
It was literally like cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Mr. White, I got a new recipe to make some dolls.
We'll make some dolls, Jesse. Don't worry. What else we got here? Noi. We got En. We got Fujita, Ebisu, Shin, Kaiman, Nikaido. I don't remember the doctor's name. I think they just call him Doctor. I don't remember.
He's vibing. Love him.
He's vibing.
Not more than Ebisu, though.
Oh, I like to mention, Kaiman beats some at a game of fucking. I forget. It's the thing. Same thing that like Flower Guardian's based on. Ifuma or some shit like that.
Was it the card game they play in Shihaya Fudu?
30% raised.
What's the card game they play in Shihaya Fudu?
Shit.
It's like it starts with an H, I think. Like Hana something.
Yeah, that's the same one. Yeah.
It is
I don't even remember. Fake fan.
Karuta.
Oh, maybe it's different then, because I don't think that's what they played in that.
It's the same one that Flower Cartoon is based on.
It's basically where they play a poem and different Japanese poems, and you have to pick the card, I think, that finishes the poem, or that's the entire poem.
So what you telling me?
It's a game of speed.
So you're telling me Chihaya Furu is actually just epic rap battles of history? Is that what you're telling me? That's basically.
I'm saying that you should probably watch it.
Well, but I can't. I have to read D. Gray Man. I have a gun to my head. So what do I do here?
Yeah,
You can
you
do both.
You want me to? You know, I can only pay attention to one at a time, though, right?
Skill issue.
Truly.
Damn.
But why would I do any of that when I have Dorohedoro that I can read instead? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
And go hang out in the hole with Ibisu as they run around and become a zombie. You know, that's funny. Okay. What are our general first impressions of the start of this? Where do we think this is going from here? Do we think this is going
murder and death?
Agreed.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I'm assuming that will be there. Don't worry. I think more in terms of the mystery. Do we want to know the mystery of Kaiman?
More people.
I get
Fucking damn
listen.
it.
I get worried with these kind of things where I'm just like, this is a cool setup that we have here. I don't know if I want the answer because usually, most of the time when I get the answer, I don't like the answer. So I don't know if I.
It ends with a dumb
It's a simulation
airplane
with more
fight.
people in it.
All I know is I'll definitely have a fun time on the way to get there. Well, that's what I know at least. And we have season 2.
Real talk though, I'm super excited to see where this goes because right now it's wild. I'm excited to see where this universe goes, diving into the details. Hopefully they don't explain it too much, like you said, and ruin it.
We've got a
We
lot
keep some
left.
mystique,
We got
but I
plenty
think
of
it's
time.
gonna be cool.
We got plenty of time for them to cook. I wonder though, with how much we have,
Let's
how
hope they
much
don't
of it,
overcook.
I wonder how many of them are filler kind of stuff. I'm fine with filler. With this one, they're fun filler, but I wonder if
It's
later
comedic
on the
relief
balance
filler.
changes. Yeah, because I'm fine with that. But I know in some series there's a shift at some point. First it has that kind of balance, and then it tries to focus on just the story, and then you don't get the fun chapters anymore. And that might be the case for this, but I don't know. I can't tell. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Definitely too early.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Do we have any other thoughts before we wrap this up, or any other memes, dreams, in betweens?
There's one there's the one screenshot I sent.
What a terrible place to live. The whole.
It is. Oh yeah.
Both places seem terrible.
I know, but the fucking zombies once a year thing's pretty fucked.
Listen,
I
you just deal with
how
it.
that feels like such a side detail in the world too.
They're used to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got zombies once a year too, It's the least of our worries.
It's like the carnival coming to town,
Kids
okay?
knocking on doors. Zombies knocking on doors on Halloween.
It's fine. Just don't get bit. Everything will be fine. You got to deal with it. You're in the hole. Oh yeah, they had I wanted to talk about. They go on this trip to this one place, and they make it sound like, yeah, this is actually the nice part of the hole, or the nice area near the hole, and it's shit, and it has several dead bodies hanging and all over the streets. All the buildings have broken windows. He's it's so nice here. I've heard so much about this. This is the impression I got from the chapter reading of it. And then they find a sorcerer there in a bar that they were looking for, who's supposed to be this acupuncture dude who supposedly can change appearances. And Kaiman's thinking, okay, maybe he did that to me. So he finds the guy in the bar, puts him in his mouth, finds out it's not him. So he's oh, that means you gotta die. He's but wait, why do I have to die? I could just work on your face. I could try to do this for you. He stops him from killing him. And be bro, let me cook. Let me cook.
Kaiman's sure.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? And then he tries it. He's it did. I think throughout that whole chapter was he was why is my skin itching? And then he does the acupuncture thing, and it doesn't work to fix him, but it works to finish molting his skin because he's like, oh, I guess my skin sheds. Okay, so that happened. So, because he's a lizard. Yeah, what's
got
up?
her fortune told.
What?
Yeah, she got her fortune told.
Oh yeah, there was a vague warning about Shin coming. Pretty much, they were like, "You're gonna have heart trouble. Watch out." Yeah, and the dude was just like, "Listen, you should watch out. My predictions are pretty accurate." I don't like. He didn't seem like he was scamming or anything. He was like, "Listen, you should watch out for that." I wouldn't fuck around.
I don't think he even asked for payment from them or anything. He was just like, "Yeah, I'll do this to keep you from killing me."
Yeah.
The dude's pretty chill, to be honest.
Yeah, for real.
Like, he even told him to come back.
So Kaiman's was like, I guess I'll let you live. I guess. But meanwhile, Nikaido is just like, I can't let Kaiman find out I've actually used to be a sorcerer. Nikaido is not a sorcerer anymore. She's just kind of been living in the hole for reasons, being an ex-sorcerer. You see like her mask in the attic that she has. Kaiman almost saw it and then just like didn't because he's an idiot. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's gullible.
But Nikaido's just kind of worried Kaiman will figure it out one day. And I feel like it wouldn't be that big of an issue until like you've just dragged it out to not tell him all this time. I feel like at this point with the relationship, Kaiman would probably be fine with it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. Yeah. She's worried about it, so I'm sure it'll be a thing later on because he's got to find out eventually, and then it'll be a whole thing.
Surely.
I think the doctor found out, and he tried to be like, Kaiman, she's obviously a sorcerer. That's how you got here. And he tried to be like, nah, you're full of it, or some shit like that.
Yeah, because he saw the door after Nikaido was able to teleport them away from the guys.
Yep. So like the doctor's like, I know she's a sorcerer, Kaiman, so she's clearly a sorcerer. He's like, nah, it's fine. Nah. I think a part of Kaiman probably does know, but he doesn't care, and that's why he like said a thing to, I forget what the exact thing was, but he said something to Nikaido where it's like, it kind of implied like I sort of know, but we're chill. So it is kind of like the vibes I got, but I forget what he exactly said. But he said something to the effect of, "Don't worry about it." But Nikaido was also keeps being worried that Kaiman knows and is gonna like eat her or whatever and put her through the same treatment all the other ones went through. But it was actually like for something else. I forget what it was.
They let the one guy live, so I'm just saying.
Listen,
he's got a heart.
Somewhere in that lizard skin there is a heart. Shin might take care of it though. You gotta watch out for him. He's got heart problems.
Yeah.
So.
I would assume that even if like we saw from Kaiman's perspective that he didn't care, the other thing that Nikaido might be worried about is the idea that he would think that she's double crossing him.
Yeah.
Like, or like feeding information to.
Yeah, I didn't even think of just him putting her in his mouth and killing her aspect. I literally just thought about the double crossing aspect.
Yeah. So he wouldn't necessarily be suspicious of like, or worried about her. Like he'd be like, oh, like if you wanted me dead, you would have done it when you realized that I was a fucking walking corpse.
Right.
But I don't know if you've been continuing to lead people to my position, so that's what makes me not trust you.
Right. I agree. I don't know what else to say about that. Does anyone have anything else to say about that? I don't. Why is it quiet? Somebody say something.
I'm in one.
There is a gun to your head, and now you have to pick the best character. Go. We're going through everybody. Arimia.
Ebisu.
Okay, we have Ebisu for you. Noi for you. Okay, Justin, there's a gun to your head.
Fuck it, Shin.
Shin? Okay. Turando, there's a gun to your head.
Shin.
Shin. Okay. Shadowman.
Shin.
Okay. I'm voting Ebisu. So what's the total here?
Yeah!
I think Shin won though.
3 for Shin, 1 for Noi, and 2 for Ebisu.
Listen, we'll take second place. We take it.
I can live with second place.
Like I find them and also Kaiman funny.
Ebisu is cool though.
I
like Kaiman. Kaiman's cool.
I also think that I can't like Shin or Noi on their own because the appeal of their characters is that they work well together.
Yeah,
it's their dynamic that's appealing.
Yep, definitely. I agree.
That is true, but also Noi is just a big dumb idiot who's very fun and a killer.
He's like 8 feet tall.
Like, there's so much to love about her, and there's like 8 feet of her.
That's one way to describe it.
Lord Drop, Aramia likes big women.
Oh.
You know what? You should watch Steven Universe.
Oh boy.
Don't we?
All right, Crystal Gems. Okay. Anything else we have to say about Dorohedoro?
Go read it.
True.
Yeah, it's good.
True. Go read it. That was the first
Okay.
two. Oh, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Last thing. The colored pages
Ooh, yes.
at the beginning of some of the chapters are so interesting. They look like they're photocopies. Because some of them really look like they were like parts of them were done physically. Like some of them look like coffee stains on them, marker scratches and stuff. Just very rough, very detailed, just very unique.
Yeah. And it looked great for it. It looked great for it. Some of those I think I had trouble reading at first, so I had to zoom in, but they were really cool as like a thing. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
Actually, there's one more thing I like to mention.
Yeah. What's your last thing?
All right. So when his head got ripped off, and you saw the guy underneath while the blood was splattering out, the first thing that came to my head was, wait a minute, Benji, what are you doing here?
True.
Benji.
Obviously, this is Chainsaw Man the whole time. Fujimoto, what are you doing here again? What are you doing here? Listen. Denji would have an interesting time here in the hole. That's all I'm saying. Denji would be having a time.
What a grand old time.
All right, that was the first 2 volumes of Dorohedoro, which I believe also the literal title of it is supposed to be Mud to Mud, I think is what the actual title is, but like the transliterate title or whatever, like is supposed to literally mean Mud to Mud, which I'm glad they just went with calling it Dorohedoro because that sounds not appealing to check out personally.
Just like the hit anime Sorcerer Fight.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Sorcerer Fight. You know, I can't wait to tune in for Sorcerer Fight.
Well, it makes me think of the ashes to ashes, dust to dust kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which would be an interesting take on it. But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that was the first 2 volumes of Dorohedoro. We did it, gamers. We read all those 11 chapters, and now we're going to move on to the next 2 volumes. So now we're going to be reading volumes 3 and 4. We're going to be continuing through all of Dorohedoro. We're going to make it all the way to the end, and we're going to find out what the fuck's going on with Kaiman. Will Ibisu ever stop having brain damage? I don't even know what else to ponder. Just don't worry, read the next volumes and we'll find out all the answers and more, and we'll have a fun time. That's what we got.
We'll find out what the point of the mask is.
We'll find out next
That's
time.
what the point of the mask is.
Oh no.
We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Not Dorohedoro, Dragon Ball Z. We're actually going to start reading Dragon Ball Z starting next week. We're not starting with Dragon Ball, we're starting with
Dragon Ball Z.
A number. It's a number. It's greater than 0.
Jab.
It's greater than 0.
Well, less than.
So, read the next 2 volumes by next Thursday, and we will discuss all these other memes. Now, if you are watching this, make sure you're hitting the subscribe buttons or the follow buttons or the like buttons, whatever platforms you're on. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Kick, and we'll be here again next week. Same time, Thursday at 8 o'clock, discussing volumes 3 and 4 of Dorohedoro. So, thank you so much to everybody who financially supports this stuff in some kind of way, shape, or fashion. Thank you to everybody who's come to watch. Thank you to my guests here for showing up to talk about it, and we will talk to you all next week. Goodbye, stream. Bye, stream.
Woohoo!